Hello Flickering Myth family and welcome to our channel. My name is EJ and in this video we have quite the daunting task ahead of us. We will be diving into a brand new Zack Snyder movie. You know what that means? This is going to be hard for some people, going to be pretty easy to watch for others. Oh boy, let's get into it. We're going to be talking about Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. What a big title for quite the ambitious project. Rebel Moon actually suffers from one major issue. It's trying a little too much at one time. This is a big movie with a big world with a lot of big ideas, and we're trying to do way too much at once. There's often times where I want this movie to slow down and let me take it in, because what is presented, I really like the characters as thin as they are. You could definitely tell there's a lot missing in that second act, but I like the characters, I like the universe, I like this weird mix of magic and technology. It's a really refreshing, a really fun kind of universe. I honestly just quickly understood where I was at. I understood the universe they were trying to build, the tone they were trying to set, and I was really into it. Sadly, the movie just kind of hinders itself at times by wanting to not go full on, let me live in this universe. Chill it out, slow it down, let me spend time with these characters. That is my biggest complaint, because again, I like what's being presented here. It is a well thought out universe with a lot of really well-intended things that they're trying to do. It just feels, even as a big fan of this movie, who I did enjoy my viewing, I just felt they were trying to conquer too much. And I know that there's a sequel, there's a director's cut. That sequel is going to help out, flesh out this very obvious part one of a story, but I think an extended cut could really give this a little bit more time to breathe. Let me spend time with our characters. As we're getting our ragtag team of rebels, I wanted to spend time with the rebels. They're really cool. All of them have a really cool visual, really cool kind of gimmick to them, but they don't really go beyond that, and I want that. This movie, again, has so much potential to be a masterpiece, but on my first viewing, I'm pretty okay on it. I think Rebel Moon is not as bad as people are saying, and I think a really fun, fresh start to a good franchise. In a galaxy far, far away, but not too far away from the Star Wars one, we follow the character Kora, played by Sofia Boutella, as we discover her journey in a rebellion she's about to help lead. She wasn't planning on leading the rebellion. She left this evil empire vibe to kind of just live her own life, not deal with the drama, not deal with the war, and it comes back and reminds her why she can't leave it just yet. So Kora decides to get a group of people. She's leaving her farmland where she's kind of made her new home. She brings somebody with her, and they join a bunch of different kind of fun characters as they try to stop a evil admiral from destroying not only just the land, but the whole universe that they're trying to protect. It's a story simply at first of, again, rebels trying to get a little team to fight the big bad. It is not a hard to digest plot, which is what we needed. I did not need a lot more extra stuff. There's a lot of world building here. There's a lot of extra little things, side characters, a little universe, kind of, not just universe building, but background stuff. A lot of things that feel like they've been here for years, for decades. It's a well-established world, so these characters are just trying to make it through, and I like that. I thought it was really refreshing to not go full mythos heady stuff, which I know the director's cut will probably have a lot more surreal moments, a lot more backstory. Those all can be fine to flesh out some things, but I thought it was smart to give me a straightforward story, very Seven Samurai, very, Star Wars, which this reminds me more of Rogue One, which I really like Rogue One. This reminds me more of in tone, everyone's kind of comparing it to Star Wars, in tone of Andor and Rogue One than anything else, which are, I think, the more mature, the more political, and that's what this movie definitely is. It's political, it's mature, but it doesn't mean it's not going to have fun. You have the Zack Snyder slow-mo, you have some really funny jokes, you have some gross characters who get their comeuppance. There's a lot here that makes you just kind of feel at home in this universe. But again, we're fast-forwarding through the character development. I'll talk about some of my favorite characters, but we're fast-forwarding through these moments where I'm like, slow down, let me enjoy what's being presented, because what could be here is perfect. One of the best things going for Rebel Moon, which is something people complained about, is the characters, but I love each one of these characters. There's this one character named Nemesis who has these kind of like swords. She's a swords person. She's great. She's fun. I don't want more. We have Kora, our main character, played by Sofia Boutella. She's great. She's a fun leader. She struggles, I think, leading a whole film. I think Sofia Boutella has never really had to just carry a film by herself almost. it's hard. But I really loved Charlie Hunnam's character. I love Djimon Hounsou, who is not in this movie enough, but I needed more of him. Titus is dope as hell. I love Ray Fisher's kind of bounty hunter, military bro kind of vibe. Not enough Ray Fisher. Again, not enough of any of these characters. Sit down. Pause. Give me a moment where all these people who I'm naming, Nemesis, Kai, Titus, Kora, all of them can get together, have a space beer together, and I can get down and dirty and get to know these people. They give us moments. There's a moment at the end where the villain, played by Ed Skrein, eating up the scenery. He's so good. Ed Skrein is one of my favorite parts of this movie. But he's like, this is who you are. This is who you are. And I'm like, is this the first time I've learned this person's name? I could not have told you Nemesis's name until this moment. Why is that? Give me these moments. Again, these characters are fun. Yes, they're kind of one-dimensional in the view we got, but I understood a lot of their backstories. I really understood a lot of what they were trying to do. And again, that's going to be on me trying to be more positive to this movie, hoping for an extended cut, hoping to spend more time with this. Oh god, if this was a TV series, this could have been a masterpiece. Oh, this could have been Game of Thrones level for Netflix, but sure, making a movie, Zack Snyder, you know what you're doing for the most part. Like you boy, but oh god, this could have just been edited a bit better, or maybe just tweaked a little bit better for me. Again, these characters, I love them. I just want to enjoy them. The Admiral character, the evil, Ed Skrein character, what a fun, gross villain. And by the end, you're like, that's what we're doing with him. This is what's going on. And I'm like, this is so good. Give me time to enjoy it. What is your problem? One thing I would say about this movie, and this is just something I experienced in my screening, and I know a lot of people deal with this in the world of film criticism, but I'm going to call some people out real quick. If you don't like Zack Snyder movies, why are you here? Oh my goodness. You see this movie, Zack Snyder, and you're going to walk into this and be like, wow, there was too much slow-mo. Girl, you know that's what he's going to do. It just feels like if this is not your thing, don't go watch it. If you don't like horror movies, why are you consistently... Critics, all of you, why are you going out to watch the genre you hate, the filmmaker you hate? You don't have to do it. You don't have to cover everything. I don't cover a lot of kids' movies. Why? Because I don't really like them. And I know my negative review wouldn't be fair to this movie because I'm walking in with our own biases. We all do. I'm sorry. You can say, oh, filmmakers should be unbiased. That's not what happens. We walk in with our own souls, with our own vibes, and we put that onto the screenings. I happen to like Zack Snyder, so I could be a bit nicer to him. But again, I've been critical of this movie, so it's not like I'm just blindly praising him to the Snyder cult. No, I think this movie could be better, but I'm also giving it the benefit of the doubt because I just believe this filmmaker is fun. I don't understand the hatred for Snyder, but that's not really what I'm trying to call out here. I'm trying to call out specifically, if you walk into this movie and be like, oh, never liked a Zack Snyder movie, bitch, what you think your answer is going to be for this one? It just puzzles me, the fact that people kind of put themselves through torture and then are like, wow, I was tortured by that. I'm like, you didn't need to be here. You could have sat at home and covered something you potentially would like. So that's my thing with the coverage of Rebel Moon, with movies in general. You don't have to cover it. You don't have to talk about it. If you know you're not going to like it, don't put yourself through it. Don't put us fans, don't put other critics through it, because it just doesn't seem fair. It just doesn't seem like it makes sense for your soul. And again, I like Rebel Moon. I praised it throughout this review. I'm going to give it a positive score on Rotten Tomatoes. I've given it like a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. So I like what it's presented here, but I'm critical of it. And that's fair. That's fair to do. You like something, even if you love something, we're always going to be critical of it. So go in these movies with a bit more of an open mind, and if you can't do that, then just don't watch it. It's going to save you a lot more energy, and it's going to make us fans a lot less crazy. Well, that is it for my review of Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire. I can't wait for Scargiver next year. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait for an extended cut. Give me an anime of this. Give me a Game of Thrones style show where it's just the kings and the princesses and all that. Oh, the princess stuff here. What's going on there? Is that the girl that we saw on the planet? What's going on? Oh, there's so much with the Anthony Hopkins robot character. Loved him. Not enough here. There's so much to dive into in just a non-spoiler review that I can give you here. But goodness, what did you think of this review? What did you think of my rant towards the end about critics going to see things that they actually might enjoy or could be a little bit more open-minded? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Rebel Moon? Share them down below. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy, and make sure you subscribe to Flickering Myth for more videos just like this. Alright everyone, let's talk about Snyder movies and Rebel Moon right down below.